Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Um, it's our lovely little Q&A segment. Um, shall I call you Vision, or are we going by names?
Andy, it's fine.
Let's go with Andy. That was absolutely fantastic.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
how, I guess, with these little Q&As, we've been talking a bit about our artist practices and a little bit about the online festival. So let's start with your practice. Do you want to give us a little, I guess, lowdown on how you got into experimental music?
Yeah, sure. So I started making music around 2017, and it wasn't always this kind of, or wasn't always what I make today. I kind of started off doing more kind of pop-based production, and then slowly over time got more interested in kind of industrial sounds and industrial music making and that kind of thing, and the kind of the world of sound art, I suppose. And then, yeah, so kind of got more interested in sound art and sound design and that kind of thing, and found myself wanting to make more kind of harsh and quite brutal sounding stuff. And that was kind of the direction that it took. And yeah, that's kind of where that all started. And now that's pretty much what I make, and I'm massively inspired by my surroundings at the moment. I live in the northeast in Teesside, and I'm right around the corner from a abandoned steelworks, basically, what used to be British Steel, which is all shut down. Like my train journey to my studio goes right through the centre of an abandoned steelworks, so it's real post-industrial landscapes that are just quite bleak. And yeah, I tend to reflect that in my practice and go for things that are a bit more harsh sounding and a bit more experimental. And yeah.
Fantastic. I was going to ask about that because I was really intrigued kind of when you proposed Slag to be put in Co.Lab Sound. What kind of got you working with kind of material as well as sound, and what was that process like?
um it was kind of just an idea that um I'm obviously not the first to work with material, so I was kind of inspired by people like Justice Yeldum and Matt Moss do a lot with material and that kind of practice of using contact mics and kind of moving different materials and working with material, with raw material as an instrument. Just kind of, yeah, it came to me. I live by a beach which has a lot of stones on it, so I would always be like making field recordings of stones rolling across different surfaces and that kind of thing, and then thought, this is, yeah, I just kind of thought that there was something there. And yeah, set up a bit of a setup in my studio of a table with some contact mics on it, and just, yeah, it was all kind of born out of experimentation of moving different materials and seeing what that sounded like, running it through effects. And yeah, really just born out of experimentation, I suppose. Yeah.
Excellent. One thing I've been asking everybody with this festival, because we've kind of made the whole transition online, how have you found the kind of process of our group collaborating online? And has it been difficult? Has it been fun? Kind of curious for myself.
It's been really interesting, actually. It's, yeah, when I signed on to be a part of the project, I wasn't expecting the kind of reach that it would have. I mean, we've got people from all over the world, and to be working with artists from all over the world was like something completely new to me. But it's been surprising how fluid it's all been and how smooth the process has been. Everyone's been really up for it and really on board for working on each other's work and collaborating, even if that is, you know, not a physical, not collaborating in a physical space. It's obviously all done over, yeah, online, and just sending files back and forth and that kind of thing, which is really interesting. It's been great to work on things for the Exquisite Corpse project, which some of the files I've received have been like so far out of the realm of what I personally do in my practice that it's been really interesting to have to kind of interpret other people's work that is so far removed from my own practice. And yeah, it's been really interesting to kind of push myself in that way, I suppose.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. I think that's something I've really enjoyed about the Exquisite Corpse as well. I guess being able to see the whole overview of them, I see some pattern of, oh, I can tell when a certain person has edited one thing and kind of moving from there. Um, but they do change so much. And I think the kind of stepping out of our comfort zones has kind of been said by a few of us now, whether it's the first online performance or kind of having to work in a different area you're not used to. But one thing I guess, kind of curious about is how do you feel your performance would have been different, kind of in a physical space, knowing that we're gonna be working towards next year, hopefully. Do you feel like being online really changed how you would perform the piece, or is it something that is quite flexible anyways?
That's a good question, actually. I think at the core of it, it probably would have been similar to what I performed for the online version. But I think in terms of live performances, I'm working towards playing with physical space and using similar processes of having materials that are contact mic'd that I can scrape things across or that kind of thing. But I think if I were to perform it live, I think I would work on having some quite sculptural pieces that are contact mic'd that add a visual element to it. I'm always kind of striving towards putting a strong visual element into what I do as well. So something that would alter the space for people, something that would alter the space and also be a part of the performance. So it would probably be quite different to me just stood in the middle of a room playing. But yeah, what that would be, I'm not too sure. We'll have to probably wait and see.
We definitely have some time to think on it for sure.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you again. That was an absolute blast.
Oh,
I think we'll wrap up just because I know both of our internet connections don't like us too much today. But it was wonderful to get to speak with you. And hopefully we'll see you pop in a little bit for the open studio next week as well.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I should be able
Perfect.
to. Thanks, Molly. Thank you for
Amazing.
curating as well. It's been a pleasure to be a part of the project. So
It's been a blast likewise. Thank you everybody for tuning in who watched the performance and has joined for our Q&A. We have another performance coming up this evening, so do tune in at 6 o'clock and we will see everybody then. All right, bye for now and we'll catch you on